Hey, you know what, Yannick? Just stop, dude. Yeah, 21 minutes. Okay, 21 minutes. We finally got this live stream started. All right, let's go. I haven't done this in years, but what's up, everybody? Welcome to Max Boost Monday. That's crazy. And if you just joined us and your first time you've ever seen this stream, um, is we started doing Max Boost Mondays during COVID. The beginning of COVID, obviously everyone was locked down, people are at home. We were working at that time, that many years ago. Our full concentration was actually on Max Boost. And around that time, we were launching new Kickstarters for the Max Boost, uh, uh, actually Volume 1, Volume 2, um, and relaunching the comic book. So that was what we were doing back then. And Max Boost Monday was not supposed to be a thing. I wanted to go live like maybe a few times, and we ended up doing it for almost an entire, I think it was an entire year of Max Boost Mondays. And one of the things that I loved was we ended up having kind of like a core group of people that came religiously every Monday. And it was kind of a lot of work actually to put together, even though it seemed so simple. Obviously today didn't seem simple, but we got to a point where we were doing live streams that had like I could do video cutaways, we had music, we had sound effects, we were doing stuff like that. I never thought we would. Today I'm using YouTube, just using their studio. It makes things a lot easier, but I obviously don't know how to use it, and it doesn't have all the special things to be able to, drop in like captions and all the things that we did. That wasn't the intention today. Then I'll talk about what our intention is. But if you're waiting to see some videos or anything like that, unfortunately, that's not for today. Today's going to be more of an intimate conversation and kind of just a catch up and talk about what's what transpired in the last 3 or 4 years. And so, with that being said, it's been awesome to have such a core group of people tuning in on every Monday, and then ended up having like a kind of like a quite like for some reason, when I look back, I wasn't sure if the live streams were very successful. Success being, having a loose definition. Um, but of course, they were successful because of you guys, the core guys. There's like, I want to say close to 30, 40 core, right? Probably closer to 50 that we see in the analytics that really come back like literally every Monday. And then we would have people watching the stream that would be in the hundreds or over 1,000, I believe, at the time, and that people would watch it. And when I look back now, I realize I was actually pretty successful. Live streams are very difficult to do, and it's hard to get anybody to watch. And if you're a live streamer or especially if you're like a gamer live streamer, it's really hard to just get a couple of people on. So the fact that we have as many of you on here, just even right now, I really appreciate, and I can appreciate it better than not that I didn't appreciate it before, but now I get like how difficult doing live streams are. And then when I start doing comparisons over the years, and I see people that have 1 million followers, but they don't even have like 20 people online when they go live, it kind of shows me kind of how strong we were as a group, and we really were. And we did develop friendships and connections that have lasted the test of time since COVID. Like we are all still tight, and that's really cool, and I appreciate that, and the fact that you guys are literally here right now in this live stream, I know that we're still tight. So, hey, we're kinda back in a way. This is just, and so for this Max Boost Monday, it's just the one Monday right now, and I just wanna check in. I wanna check in with everyone, kinda give everyone updates of what's going on, and see if you guys wanna do this a little bit more regularly. I think we can again. My schedule's very different. I'll get into all of that. I don't I'm thinking the live stream's gonna be about an hour long right now because there is a lot to talk about, but who knows? Like with every live stream we've done, I always say it's gonna be an hour, ends up being 3 crazy hours of just discussion. Um, and I cannot keep up with all of the chat right now. I'm alone in the studio, so I don't know if I'm gonna miss anything, any questions and whatnot. If there's like a really good question that everyone has that you see that you guys like want me to answer, maybe repeat it and I'll notice it. I'll notice it. Um, and I'll try to go through the chat a little bit. So, so the purpose of today to try to keep things kind of on track is number one is to connect with you guys, and then also to connect with you guys, talk about what's transpired, and then declare. with you what we're going to accomplish this year for Max Boost. And so those are the three main things. And then I think before I even start and jumping into all of that and reading all of your chats, I just want to say I do appreciate you guys. I know this is, I just want to recognize the fact that it is Memorial Day. And I don't want to get too, much about it, but at the same time, I also want to honor and respect Memorial Day for what it means. Um, and I think the one thing I wanted to say was, my the reason I am in here in the United States, born in the Philippines, is because my dad was recruited into the U.S. Navy. He had an opportunity, and he obviously took it, and that brought us from the Philippines to Japan, based in the U.S. base there, in Yokosuka, and then eventually to the United States. And I'm very grateful to be here in this country. Um, and it is 100% on the backs of those who have given the ultimate sacrifice, and I don't forget that. As a father of two now, um, that hits different. You know, um, can only imagine the families and what everyone had to go through for anyone that has given the ultimate sacrifice. So I just want to say thank you to 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 everyone that has given us this opportunity. Um, yeah, yeah, it's tough. You guys know I get emotional, and I just think of my sons right now, and I just can't imagine. So, um, with that being said, thank you for listening, and we'll get to it. So let me try to give you guys, like I said, the layout's going to be essentially. I want to connect with you guys and then kind of give you guys a background on what's happened, and then also at the end we're going to declare what we're going to do. And part of why I want you guys on here and why it matters to declare, hey, what are the things we are going to accomplish for Max Boost is with my most hardcore. I don't like calling you fans, but I can't think of any other word. Right? Oh, mafia, Max Boost Mafia, right? Of you guys, and you guys are literally play. You guys are worldwide. Yonex in Belgium right now. I think it's like 3 in the morning for him on this live stream. And Fast TV, you guys, Javier in Florida. We got different people. I think William, if he's here right now, I think he is. Yes, he is. He's in Alaska. We got Carl in Hawaii. And I'm based in San Diego, for those who may not know. And the studio here is in Mission Valley. This is an office. This is not my house. So, um, and Chad's out north in near in Marietta area. Forgetting what it's not Hemet. So our teams everywhere. Some changes. Michael Bush is out in Arizona now. One of our number one Max Boost fan. Ernie got left in Washington State. He's still there. He's flying lumpia on the chat. Um, we left him there. Just kidding. So lots of changes have happened. So I think maybe we'll start with what's been going on, right? And and um, and I'll do that, and then I'll pause. I'll actually, if I'm smart, I'll use this timer. So I'm going to use a timer, talk about something. It'll hit me up and make me check in. I'm going to check in on the chat in about 10 minutes. But let me go on with what's going on after we finished up Max Boost Mondays and we started really doing a lot. So one of the last projects we completed was obviously this. Sorry for leaving, but it is this guy. We did multiple volumes of Max Boost, Volume 1, Volume 2 on Kickstarter, both very successful, and then Volume 3, which is the omnibus, that has Volume 1 and Volume 2 in it, plus 20 new pages. You guys helped make this happen on Kickstarter. I think we ended up doing something close to $60,000 in comic book sales, which is also very massive on Kickstarter. And then along with add-ons and stuff like that, this project actually ended up doing over $100,000, which is great. No, that's not $100,000 directly into my pocket or anything like that. There's obviously cost a lot. It's 300 pages. It's big, but I'm grateful to you guys for making this happen. And so we launched this, and this was kind of like one of those projects when I finally did 20 new pages, and put it all together in a book, this became really uh, what's the word? A great milestone. I was gonna say closure, but it's not closure. We're not done, but it's a great milestone for us. And so, what you guys helped make happen with this book was not only making me do 20 more new pages of Max Boost that have never been published before, having me draw again for the first time in a long time. I know it took forever. It did. It takes long to do comic book pages. Jesus. But you know what this ended up becoming? Um, believe it or not, this book, with all these pages in it, for those who may not be familiar with Max Boost that are watching the stream, and these are the original comics from the first issue of Importuner magazine in 1998. So what this ended up becoming was actually a very, very important and successful portfolio piece, meeting uh, piece. Like when I have meetings and I drop this in the meeting to say, hey, would you guys like to work with us and our team? This is a big deal. People see this and it ends up becoming kind of like a portfolio of who we are and what we do and what we accomplish. Even the racing team stuff is in there. So, anyways, you guys have made this happen. And I know you guys want more. But I want to let you know that yes, this was one of the most one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done. And uh, we're not done. But it did make me feel like we completed in kind of like that era of bringing back Max Boost. I brought it back plus more. We did awesome Kickstarters together, and we have a family now, right? Doing the live streams and everything else. From there, the natural next step that I had at the time, if you remember, was to go from Max Boost to now bringing back Autocannon. So, for those who may not know, Autocannon is I started two what I would call some of the more famous brands uh, in the '90s, and this was Max Boost, and the other one was Autocannon. Autocannon is my clothing brand. It was quite literally, I believe, I don't know anyone else, but I think I was the first. I know this sounds really crazy, but I think I was the first to put tuner cars on T-shirts in the United States, drawings of them. So my brands, Autocannon started off as a brand that had apparel, uh, you know, cars on apparel with my artwork on it. And so I've got some things here. I'll grab them. But for those who may not know, um, but here's a little Honda box. You guys are probably saw, but I'm just showing the artwork. But this is what I did back in the '90s, and I used to put this artwork on shirts, and we ended up becoming very, very successful, very quietly. Um, in every major department store in the United States, believe it or not, back then, everything from J.C. Penney's to May Company, if you guys remember that. Well, this is actually the classic design and another classic design. So part of when originally Honda contacted me to come back was to help bring back. They asked us to bring back Max Boost, which we succeeded with the Max Boost Omnibus. And then on top of that was to bring back Autocannon, believe it or not. And so that's partially a big reason why I came back. And here we are, is because of Honda. Honda actually called me and asked me to come back. I was gone for a long time. I know you guys know that. So that's my recap of my story. Now we went from Max Boost, the Omnibus, to doing Autocannon and started off with a Type R collection for something called Type R Series 1 and Project Camo, like literally changed our life. Like that was the first launch of the Autumn Cannon apparel, and it was very successful. All the way to the point that you fast forward, we've done three different collections for Auto Cannon with the Project Camo Type R camo on it, and then we also have the literal Project Camo car now. We've come a long way, guys. So I can't drop those images here. I didn't intend to do all of that, but here's you guys are here's some news. Let me show you something. So, like, we just launched a new line called the Honda Emblem Collection. No one's ever seen this, other than maybe some photos. But let me give you an example of what we're doing and how it's beautiful. The Honda Emblem Autocannon Collection. This is a prototype. But it's it's got the Honda H on it, this is not the best one. This is a version of it, but the Honda H, it's in metal, it's 3D, not metal. It looks metal. It's chrome, 3D applique. This is extremely hard to do. This is not that as easy as it may seem. Um, and then the back has a huge Honda logo on it on the back that is also in full on chrome. It looks super elegant, but no one's really seen it. But check this out. This is big. Look at that shot. Like I probably should have like marketed it this way, but it's amazing. And if you're in apparel, you understand. And this also is wearable. So it's not like this big stiff thing on the back of your back. But that's how far we've come. And all of the autocannon apparel is what we call cut and sew. If you're not familiar with cut and sew versus imprinted goods, there's apparel that, like a lot of apparel companies that say they're apparel companies, just take blank shirts, blank hoodies, put their logos on them with screen printing and change the label. That they're not really making apparel, they're just screen printing on pre-made goods. Totally fine. 99% of the clothing brands that do that. And but at AutoCannon, our commitment was full cut and sew from scratch. Everything we built, all the hoodie designs, all of it, I actually designed or our team designed. Um, where it's literally from fabric and it's cut and sewn in our way. So it's not made for anyone else. We didn't get any blanks. It's made custom. It is hard. This is like making it, it's not just clothing, it's like artwork to us. And so I look at them like artwork, art projects when we do collections. And we just, our goal with AutoCannon was to create uh, the best Honda apparel like ever made. Sounds. I hope that doesn't sound cocky. I'm just saying that's my goal. I'm not saying I that is what we achieved. But some people feel like we have achieved that. But that's it. That's and we went for it. And boy, is it hard. Is for those who can really appreciate it. Like I'm not wearing it right now. Like for example, if you have a Project Camo hoodie, that hoodie has all the type of R's on it. That we make our own fabric. It's that crazy. So AutoCannon we ended up doing getting into AutoCannon and we went up and it ended up becoming very successful. And I decided to just throttle in on that and kind of put I don't want to say Max Boost on the back burner, but I guess that's what I ended up doing. We ended up focusing on AutoCannon because it was working. Honda was very happy about that, and we just kept pushing to the point that we were, and when I said pushing, it's not even a lot. We only launched 2 to 3 collections a year. My goal is always to keep AutoCannon more exclusive, collectible, and hard to get. It is not something that's for everyone. If you're not willing to wait or you don't understand really what it takes to make great quality apparel, it's okay. You don't have to buy it from us. There, you can go to Amazon, go buy Honda stuff that you can get tomorrow. But that's not who we are. We're a very small team, tiny, trying to craft amazing product, and that's a very different kind of brand. So when people buy stuff from us, I hope they understand that. And oh my God, it's hard. And we have been recording the background of all the development of what takes to do it, all the problems we run into that most people will never see. And it's a lot. It's hard. And I'll just get it and say to this point, if anybody comes to me and goes, "Hey, I want to start a clothing brand," I'm gonna go, "Nope, don't, don't do it, don't do it. It's horrible." Just I'm kind of exaggerating, but I'm sort of not. And anybody that's in the apparel business will probably agree with me. Like, uh, yeah, it's tough. So there's my 10 minutes right there. But I'm very grateful to Honda, all of you guys, and our team, our tiny team that has made what I think was a massively impactful brand with AutoCannon and just coming up every single time trying to push the envelope with what we can develop um, in a clothing brand that's never been seen before. And then we'll go through all this trouble making stuff like this and then there's only like literally like 200 jackets in existence, and it took us almost 8 months to make it. I'm not lying. That's straight up true. And so when you wear one, and I'll end it with this, is when you wear AutoCannon product and you know the AutoCannon brand, number one, the heritage of it. We started the company in the 90s. That's hard. I believed in tuner culture before it was when people were making fun of it, right? And so autocannon was my way of declaring that this was something, and so a true lifestyle worthy of apparel. Because no real lifestyle. exist if it doesn't have apparel. It's not a lifestyle if it doesn't have apparel. And our industry didn't have it. So that was my contribution, right? And so yeah, and I don't know what my other point was, but I know I'm out of time. So let me look at what you guys have on chat right now. And I know yeah, we keep pushing. Yeah, I think you guys are looking at this and going, sick, you love it, love the design of the new line. Thank you. The new line, the Honda emblem line, like I said with this, it's clean, it's super special. Like you can tell if you wear it, dude, people are gonna be like, yo, where'd you get that? And by the time they ask you, it may no longer be available. It probably won't. Like I really I'm not really one of those guys that wants to sell a million of any and it well, maybe I do. But this stuff was not my Hana kind of stuff is not really made to like try to sell it 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, or anything. I want it special and I want it to feel special to whoever owns it. And so there's sacrifices to be made, which is making the businesses a lot harder that way. It just is. Like and I'll just say one last thing about that is the whole goal, since apparel businesses are so hard to do, they're extremely difficult. You literally, as an apparel business, what you do is you throw out 10 designs, and if two stick, you reprint the crap out of those two until people get tired, sick and tired of it. Think Ed Hardy, think, stuff like that. So they test 10, two work, you continue to do the two till eternity. Well, my problem is I do 10 and a lot of them hit, and my promise is we don't reprint them. And so when you have them, you know you've got something special, and that's a hard business, dude. And but if you go on eBay, you'll see like people are reselling the AutoCAN stuff. Like the hats are $200, and we have jackets for sale. Like people reselling the jackets at over 500. So we're doing something right. Um, let me see let's see. What's up, man? I'm trying to go through here as best as I can. Uh, we are going to so like I said, that's kind of my recap. Paused for because I had a 10-minute thing, and then maybe I'll come back to this. Let me see if I see any other questions in here really quickly. Twitchy Coon said, I'm still used to seeing cheap Honda merch at a dealership shop. That's not my goal. They sell a lot of it though, so good for them. Or sorry, I don't know how that sounded. I don't want to call them cheap because you did. That was your words, not me. But I'm saying the Honda dealership stuff. I understand. There's a place and time for different types of things, but for us, it was like there's a place and time for something as good as like this. So that's my job. And to be honest, I'll kind of give you a little insight. In one of my initial meetings with Honda, when we were coming back, I said, if you want us to be the company, because they asked us, how much do you think you're going to sell? Because that's an important question. It's a business question. They want to know, are you going to be worth our time? Like, I mean, and I told them straight up, I am the wrong guy to ask that question to. I said, here's the deal. I said, I don't know if I'm going to only sell 10. I don't know if sell 10 million or 100,000. Right? I said, but I'll tell you this. I said, whatever we produce is going to be the best. Our goal is to make the best stuff. No, I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to sell 10 or 100,000, but that's our goal. And if that's important to you, that's what we want to do, and we'll try. And so, uh, and I think we've been achieving our goal. It's what we set out onset from the very beginning. And again, it's because of people like you and people that are down for doing crazy stuff. We're not normal, man. Max Boost ain't normal. AutoCannon ain't normal. And some people love it, and some people definitely complain. Where's my stuff? It takes so long. It said pre-order, bro. Like uh, like you ordered it 48 hours ago. Mr. Midship, what up from Japan? That's dope. See, so we got Japan up in here. We got Asia in here. That's one of the things that's really cool. So I think if I don't see any other questions, I am going to keep moving on what happened. Let's talk about the Autocannon racing team now. So, with that being said, let's say that we have stepped up massively in the last 3 years, 4 years since COVID. We have all like, I think originally during COVID or before COVID, I was pretty much the only one that used to drive on track, right? Isn't this true? My team's in here in the chat somewhere, I think. So, you guys can validate that. So, I was the one who was the main driver racer. I've been racing since late 1990s and one of the first guys to go wheel to wheel in a Honda prepped Honda Challenge car. Those were some crazy days, and that was early 2000s, right? And so, yeah, I had an NSX that I used to drive to the racetrack when people were like tracks were not a thing. People, so we were some of the first to ever do it. And now track, by the way, if you live any place like Southern California, going to the track is way more common than it ever was. And that was part of our goal. My goal was to share that love of motorsports and get people to the racetrack. If you meet me in person, you'll know. If you tell me you want to go to racetrack, I'm gonna give you all the information on how to go. And we literally just came back from the racetrack this weekend. And so yeah, so the last 3 or 4 years, what have we achieved in racing? Holy crap. Um, Dude, I don't know. It's who? How do I start? Like, so, got deep into racing. Chad Richardson, also known as the Chad. I think he's on chat right now. You guys have seen Todd's red Mustang, and it made fun of me for driving the red Mustang. Well, we've been driving that red Mustang, and that Mustang has kept going. It has been an amazingly reliable car, dude. I I love that thing now. I hated Fords before, but Chad made me like them. Just kidding, but I didn't hate Fords before. Well, maybe I did. If you went through the trauma I went through as a little four-cylinder in the middle of the '90s, you'd hate them too. Cheaters with 8 cylinders. Anyways, I just felt like me making that little voice and all that, and I'm like, "What the hell?" That feels like me going back to our original Max Boost Mondays where we're doing goofy stuff. Oh my god, wait a second, I used to eat food that you would send me on the live stream. That's right, we were crazy. Okay, anyways, so let's start with Chad Richardson. Chad Richardson, I mean, I said it the other day and I meant it, and 4 or 5 years ago. When did we start? I say that my little brother, Alan, was the one who brought me back onto the track when he asked me to come and bring him to the racetrack for the first time. And he's 18 years younger than me, so he just really started, let's say, driving and wanted to drive competitively, and, he got me back to the racetrack. So that was him, and then I give credit to Chad Richardson for bringing competition back into my life, where he said, "Here's the Mustang. I want you to drive it, compete in it, and do time trials and all of that." And I haven't competed in forever. So he started that trend. And then on top of that, Mr. Michael Bush, who also, when I first met him, his goal in life, and we're working on it right now, we're closer than we've ever been, is to have his own, have a race team, right? And so he has his brand is Track Spec Daily Drivers, Track Spec DD. He might be on the stream right now, but you guys know who he is. He's our number one Max Boost backer. So, um, and I have driven the GTA yellow supercharged HKS supercharged S2000 multiple times. We've gone to Washington State, um, and we've competed. Car's amazing. We love it. And then on top of that, he's set up an FK8 as well. I drove an FK8, both the FK8 and the S2000 the first time we were at Global Time Attack at the Ridge. What else have we done? He's got a new DE5 that we're working on right now, and we're going to be doing some stuff with ST suspension on that car, as well as Falcon tire. Chad and the Mustang, he got me into competition. And what ended up happening? Oh, and I ended up winning the TT3 championship from in NASA SoCal with that car. So we actually won that competition, and now we are teammates. Currently, so we have been. Then he competed. He's podiumed. He's gotten way faster. Chad got way faster. Chad used to suck. I know he's on the live stream. He knows I'm giving him crap. But no, Chad has come super far. And so, and super grateful to Chad and Michael Bush and all the guys on our team. And then there's VJ. VJ, how many cars have we bought? Like he has his right now. He's got 100 cars, dude. but VJ has gotten the time on trial as well, and he'll come in. He hasn't done the full championship, but he did get, I think, second place in TTU with NASA, um, and with his RSX wide body Type S. And so, checking the timer here, I'll stop in about 5 minutes. um, and so, and he's crushed it. His car, you'll see at some point, we're planning to do some stuff with that and autocannon. But he's gone fat. He's quick too, and he doesn't come out as much as he should, bro. You come out more. But anyways, and then we've also picked up a lot more friends along the way. And Ernie has been on the racetrack, has driven on a racetrack when at first he could not even ride passenger with me. And now this dude is jonesing, stole my seats out of my Type R, by the way. Straight up stole my seats out of Type R. He installed them on his Integra. He said he was going to pay me. I sent him to Washington State, asked him what his PayPal address was so I could send him an invoice. He said, kick rocks. I'm in Washington State. You're in San Diego. You got to travel like 2,600 miles to collect your money on those seats. That's at least $1 a mile. I don't think it's worth it, dude. So, anyways, and so we have been on the track and supported each other to be on the track in a way that I think, well, I don't know how much we promote it, but as a company, as a brand, I think we have more track miles than a lot of other brands. Let's just say that. That's an interesting way to put it, huh? Actually, I like that. Someone note that down. Who's the scribe for all our meetings? I think it was Loon Lee, right? Loon, write that down. How many track miles does your brand actually have? I will tell you right now, the Mustang, I believe Chad told me yesterday, the Mustang has something close to 13,000 track miles on the car. Track miles. Think about that for a second. That's 13,000 full RPM, full load, 13,000 on that Mustang. And so yeah, how many track miles does your brand have, right? And so you're selling performance parts, racing anything, whatever. How many track miles does your brand have? That's a good question. And sometimes the answer I know for a fact is going to be zero. You want to get even worse? Just say, or hardcore, just go, how many competition track miles do you actually have? And it's like, I don't know. We're up there, dude. We're up. Just the Mustang alone's 13,000 miles. So, um, anyways, yeah, so we've been doing amazing on the track. I don't know if I'm missing anything, guys. Throw me some stuff. And we met new friends on the track. You guys are all invited. If you guys ever want to come to the racetrack, like I really mean it. People think I just say it until you show up, and then I'm like, yeah, I put you in the right seat, the passenger side of either a race car or a time trial car or any car that's available, and you could get rides with around a racetrack with us if you ever want. You just got to come out to the events. If you do want to know which events we are doing the entire season for Drive NASA Pro Racing, which is Drive DRIVE NASA.com. And so that schedule, look for SoCal. We only do the SoCal schedule, and it's all the Southern California tracks through the year, not including the championship, which is in Illinois or something like that. We're not going there. So if you go there, sorry, I apologize ahead of time. I'm not paying your airfare, even though you don't get to ride, and you don't get to ride at the championships. By the way, there are no passengers at championships. So, anyways, go check that out and come say hi. Either Chad's gonna be there or I'm gonna be there, but we're definitely gonna be there. And why? Why are we gonna be at the last three events this year? Is because me and Chad had a lofty goal. Because we're stupid. We wanted to take two championships this year. Two championships. So time trial TTU unlimited, and we put the Mustang in that category. And then we took the bottom category, TT6, with an EF Civic it's a Honda Challenge H4 car. It's basically a stock Civic. TT6 and competing in that. And we're both driving the cars. So we're both putting down lap times. Um and so right now, currently on paper, we are in first place in both championships. And so that's kind of cool, right? But with drops, TT6 were contested, and TTU. I mean, it's tight, dude. Like we gotta actually earn it. And there's 3 weekends left through the year, and that's it. 3 weekends means 2 competition sessions, one Saturday, 1 Sunday of each weekend, so there's only 6 competition sessions left in order to take the championships for both TTU and TT6 in NASA SoCal, and they're hotly contested, divisions. We're not the only ones racing in them, in case people wonder. To be honest, TT6, I'm more focused on the TT6 class right now, because it's super tight, and I've been driving front wheel drive longer than Chad, obviously. So now it's kind of go time right now. We're like, oh shoot, we can win this. Um, but the competition are like actual race car competitors. In this case, one of the faster ones was a Miata. Those things are quick, dude. Driven well, and so I had to go and put it down both on Saturday and Sunday. We were not winning automatically both days or anything like that. To be honest, every we had multiple sessions throughout the day, and I was behind in both first sessions, and I had to figure out how to win. I had to earn the wins, and I got the win on Saturday, beating them by like I think it was point 0.3 or 4 seconds, point 0.3 or 4, not 3 or 4, point 0.3 or 4 seconds. And then on Sunday, I just learned how to drive the track better with the car, and I ended up actually beating him by 1, which was a lot. But now also not a lot. You know what I mean? So there's our racing. Who am I missing? Uh, or what am I missing? Anything else? I think okay. So I'm gonna pause right there, take a look at what's going on. Yes, so the one in TT6 is the red EF hatch, affectionately known as Scrappy because it looks like shit. It is beat up, dude. It's not washed. The windshield's dirty. Like we call it Scrappy, but we love it. It is dusty and dirty, and it's beat. Um, but I guess it just and there's a rear tail light broken. The front headlights broken. Every single panel's bent. Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. So and let's see. Fast TV says, "I'll bring your NSX." Come on out, bro. Uh, Mr. Midship used to run with you guys when my car was stateside. Cool, awesome, man. Ariel said that was my next question. If you guys are racing, 100%. And for those who may not know, if you're again new, not only do we compete, but I am one of the lead instructors for the HPDE program at NASA, and also one of the lead instructor for the racing certification course for NASA as well. So if you want to get an actual racing license to go wheel to wheel, you kind of have to go through me and Steven. Um, and we run one of the best classes based on what people say. Steve does actually. I'll give credit to Steve. Uh, in anywhere close on this side of the United States. Um, the trailer, Chad. Oh, so one of the things Chad did was because Chad's Chad, and what I love about Chad is Chad's like a freight train, right? He's literally built like one, but I mean, his mindset's freight train. Once he goes a direction, you cannot stop him. So the direction we went was we had this cockamamie idea of, he actually said it, so it's not my fault. There's none of this is my fault. Don't blame me for nothing. No, but Chad came up with the idea is like, dude, it wouldn't it be great to be able to tow 2 cars to the racetrack, not just one. It's a very Chad thing to say. And um, I'm like, yeah, sure, of course, right? But what's that going to require? It's going to require a massive trailer, one, and then two, you need a truck. You need a truck to tow a trailer like that, right? I think you guys are probably aware you can't just tow a 2-car trailer like with anything. So this year is the year that Chad and I and Michael Bush we bought a 45-foot trailer. um, and that thing's just about as ugly as the Civic. What the hell? We need to name that thing. It's B. But it works, and it tows, and it's been towing the 2 cars. The EF and the Mustang have been going along in this trailer that's towed by a brand new Ford F-250 diesel turbo that Chad picked up, got it wrapped in red to match the Mustang and autocannon color. Red, our official color is red. He's crazy, dude. But the thing's awesome, and we drove back, from Willow Springs yesterday, and that thing tows it like no big deal, dude. Doesn't care. And that's what you need when you tow, by the way, you want to have something. If you're barely making it, towing is super dangerous. Towing is the more dangerous than going to the racetrack. I swear to God. Like the things happen. People, oof, towing's hard, so you want to get the biggest truck you can. Um, let's see. Let's see who is all right. Midori two. Oh, the Midoris. Okay. So I had a timer. I think, am I on task right now? Okay, 6:02. We're about 40 minutes into the actual live stream. How are we doing? Let's see. Mm, yeah, one of the things I also wanted to just talk about, just update. Like we have in the last 3 years, we have also been the official Acura booth merchandiser at the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. So, in when you see the massive Acura tent with the Acura logo on it and the HRC logo on the other side this last year, and all the merchandise in it and all the people in it, that's not Acura. That's actually us. And it was great to see a lot of you out there that came out, AutoCannon fans, well as Max Boost fans. I did sketches, I did a bunch of stuff. It's an amazing opportunity that Acura and Honda has given us, and we're very grateful to have had the opportunity to be at the Grand Prix. It is insane. VJ, I'm thankful to VJ and all the volunteers. VJ just and AJ. Uh, um, AJ's on the crew right now. I didn't even mention that. But he's a competitor. He is a time trialist. He was part of VTech Club, and he's currently part of Doghouse. So thank you to AJ as well. He's got an S2000 DC2. He builds motors. You may know him as Reckless Racing, right? Relentless, not reckless. Relentless Racing, Relentless. And he actually works with us at AutoCannon on sales. But what was I gonna say? So you made me think of AJ because AJ just crushed it at the show as well. But thank you to VJ and the family. VJ handles a lot of the logistics for Long Beach Grand Prix over the last 3 years, and it is hard, man, to do that event. That event is insane. It took I think we had 15 adults working the booth over the 4 days, 3 days. So thank you to everyone. Oh, yeah, and Bella, she actually tracks. She drives on track, and she got her new Civic. It's a hatchback, um, and EK. So I mean, all of us drive, right? So let me see, where are we at? What was I supposed to be doing? Checking in on so Long Beach Grand Prix. I wanted to mention. Oh, and I'm wearing one of our Long Beach things I designed, LB25, Long Beach 2025. So there it is. And I Let's see what else. Who's up in the mix here? Oh, check it out. Hey, is Renee in here? I see Renee. Renee, just giving her a shout out here. Renee and her family and Tommy and everyone. I want to say thank you to them. So Renee is was one of the lead people at Honda that helped us get a lot of this done. And without her, dude, a lot of this would never have happened. She's been such uh, a proponent for what we're doing and always been a cheerleader for all my crazy ideas and has always tried to figure out a way to push things through because it's not easy to just say, "Hey, I want to do that," and it just everyone says yes, and you can do whatever you want with a Honda brand. That's not the way it works. There's a formal process to everything, but it's always great to have somebody on the inside that really gets your vision and understands why you're there, and what you're capable of doing and believes in you. And so Renee loves, we love her, and I believe she loves us and our team. And she was bar none one of the best people I've ever worked with on the licensing side of 30 years of business. The speed at which she worked and how fast she could get approvals through is no small deal. And so I'm very grateful for her and all of the success that I spoke about earlier with AutoCAN and how we released all of those launches and all the things we did, you know, um, uh, to really bring AutoCAN in, forward and produce some of the best Honda apparel in the world had everything to do with Renee's support and that team. And so yeah, just want to be grateful. I want to say thank you to her. She is no longer at Honda, but I see her on this on the live stream, which is also look that's awesome. Oh, there she is here. So she is hearing this. You're awesome. I appreciate you so much, and you've made a difference to me and us. And it wasn't just licensing. It wasn't just approvals. It was working on a dream that I've always had, and I've dedicated my entire life to all these products and these ideas and concepts that we had, and you helped make them happen. So thank you so much. I'm bummed she's not there anymore, but at the same time, we understand things change, and but either way, she's always our family. And if you ever get a chance to meet her, if she's ever at our events, please say hi. So uh, let's see. Facility upset. I'll catch up with you later. For all the things I just saw that William said he's got an issue at the facility. He works up in he's up um uh in Alaska, and he has come down to the last couple of SEMAs to support us and help us out, along with Javier flying in from Florida to help us out. It's been crazy. See y'all in November for sure. See, he just said it. He already claiming he's going to come out and support us at SEMA this year. So, speaking of which, some other cool stuff. SEMA, we're going to be there. We were there last year with the Autocannon FL5, with the Honda Type R print. If you haven't seen it, then you're definitely haven't been really following us, but because it's everywhere. We just took it to the racetrack this weekend. Got some video. We shot some footage for ST suspensions this weekend. Um, yeah, let me show you. Just in case you've, like I said, been living under a rock and haven't seen anything from us, but that guy right there. Yeah, and that was at SEMA last year at the Hawk Performance booth. Thank you to Hawk and Annie and the team over there. We had such a great time, and everybody that came out, Javier, Gino, I can't name the whole list. I'm not feeling on the spot. William, who had, let's see, who else came out? Shoot, if you came out and you're on the chat, let me know. Obviously, VJ. What is it? The usual suspects: VJ, Ernie, um, um, Michael. Oh, uh, Amy. Uh, uh, anyways, their team has grown. Kaylin, uh, April. Thank you. Who else? God, I know I'm forgetting somebody. I'm gonna get in trouble, but it's hard. Oh, yeah, VJ, his family, um, his wife Jennifer. Sorry, I had to do that. His wife's not Jennifer. Okay, I'm sorry. Do not kill me, Angie. Do not. Do not kill me, Angie. You're gonna kill me through the internet, dude. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die soon. Um, Sorry, Angie. I'm kidding. Kidding, kidding. I feel like Angie's about to text me right now, like a picture of a fist. She knows I love her. And so anyway, so yeah, we had an amazing time at SEMA. So why I'm talking about all that, that was insane. Uh, we loved seeing everybody. And on top of that, we were giving away banners, we were signing autographs, we were doing all this stuff with banners, and our lines for 2 days in a row were over like an hour and 40 minutes. Our swag with with the backpacks and the hats and all that stuff, I think was the best in all of SEMA. And I think our line was the longest. I didn't see it, and people told me they haven't seen anything like it at SEMA. And so we really crushed it. It was amazing. And I've never had my car at SEMA before. Well, I haven't had my car at SEMA before like this at all, ever. And it was smack dab in the middle of Central Hall. Again, thanks to Hawk. performance. Um, and just really appreciate it. Oh, and Renee came out there as well. And so and the family, right? So um, Tommy. And so yeah, so what an amazing thing. SEMA was crazy. I was high after SEMA, just like how amazing it was to meet everybody and do all the things we did as a team. And that was also a lot of work. And so the cool news is we're letting you know right now. I don't know how much we can say, but we have another car going in the SEMA, maybe two, this coming November. And that's a big deal. So now we're just kind of like going for life, right? Um, and making it all work. So, um, Alex, you got to come out, man. Let's see. Flying Lumpia said it's crazy signing banners for people, and that was cool, right? To have people to come out and sign banners and do all of that, and having people, we're slowly starting to be more known, and I don't want to use the word famous, but I don't know have a better word right now. But that's what we're up to. We're on like full throttle here. Um, and part of why I was here was to discuss what we are doing. And thank you for hanging out, man. This is, I think, our biggest live stream in a long time, even before COVID or during the time we were doing it. So thank you guys all here. I got some juicier stuff to come into. We're going to talk about Max Boost soon. I'm going to check the chat real quick, and then after I check the chat, we'll talk about Max Boost. What are we doing next? And I need you to kind of like help me come up with what the hell are we going to accomplish in 2025, right? So before I get into that, let me look over here on the right. Best giveaway at SEMA was Ernie's kissing booth. That's pretty good. My guess, dude. Yes, my guest came out to Long Beach Grand Prix. He got a new job, so he forgot all about us. Um, so it's okay. It's all right. Jaden says, "Hey, have you heard about the new Speed Racer comics from Mad Cave Studios associated with it?" I know nothing. I know nothing. No, I don't. I only know that Initial D's coming. I think that's kind of a really cool concept. But for the most part, you'd be surprised at how little I know going on right now. um, Yannick, yes, 2025. And again, I want to publicly thank Yannick because back in the day when we were doing Max Boost Mondays during COVID, Yannick and his team were trying to fly me out to Belgium and live a dream of driving on Nurburgring and racing. I don't know what is it. I think you literally said Xandervoort once. So different tracks, different places. Yannick at that time, without me, he absolutely crushed the competition. He's fast, dude. Apparently, this dude is moving. He's tried to get me out there multiple years, and I just want to say thank you to Yannick and his teams for really wanting me to get me out there. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up out there again at some point, but sorry, man, it never worked out. You're so generous, and you're here today. I was hoping you'd come out. I wasn't sure if you were upset that it felt like probably I ignored you, and it just didn't work out. Uh, yeah, so things are going in my head right now. I mean, maybe there's a way that we'll figure it out at this point. But thank you for being cool enough to just still come back because I mean, after you start asking somebody trying to like give the red carpet to somebody to come out and they ignore you for like 2 or 3 years in a row, I could see that you'd be upset, or at least miffed, right? And you're just kind of like, yeah, this guy doesn't respect the offer. But I do. Actually, the reason why I didn't go is because I respect the offer. I think if you know me and my team, we know we like want to make sure people are taken care of, and we're not a charity for sure, and we respect everybody's time and efforts. So thank you again. But I do, hey man, one day we should figure out a way to get out there and 100%. If I ever out there, I'll definitely let you know. But thank you again for all of your offers, and yeah, and one part of my dream is to go drive in Europe and race if I could do a competition, that'd be crazy. But just a minimum drive the Nurburgring. I'm sure everybody in here would take your offer as well. Um, let's see. See, this is the part where I can't. Oh wait, can I? Can I put this on the channel? I was like wanting to put I didn't set this up where I have the regular kind of setup where I could click something and then you'll see the comment on the screen, all the like bells and whistles. But I will tell you this that Big Heads Motorsports says you're dead, Angie. Angie said I was dead. Okay. Did you see that comment over there? Um, so Willie says count me in. That'd be down. That'd be dope. Franz Herman. Franz Herman for sure. Okay, so let's move on to again, if you have anything pressing question, I'll give you 20 seconds to put it in right now before I move on to like I think that the bulk of what we're gonna try to discuss uh for Max Boost. Okay. So you got like 20 seconds. I don't know if there's anything else I can show you guys. Well, there's a lot of stuff. But we are gonna talk about the toys. We're gonna talk about the movies. We're gonna talk about this up this right here. Um, okay, you want to talk about the Honda box? Remind me at the end, it is connected to Max Boost. Okay. And it's something I do. No, actually, you don't have to remind me because it's something I want to talk about. Let me make sure I have a note about that. It's connected to Max Boost. Give me a second. Um, and I'm just typing a note right now. Uh, oh, I got a big one. Okay. So let's see. Honda box, yes. Um, okay. It doesn't look like there's any other question other than let's move on. Okay. So next part. Oh, perfect. 1 hour into the live stream, this one, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Max Boost and how amazing there's a lot of things that are going on. And just committing to certain things with you guys as my core fans audience. And I'd love to hear from you in chat. I'm gonna do the best I can to keep track of what's on there. Um, but let's see, what are we gonna do? Well, let's just preface this with saying I said a lot of stuff that we were going to accomplish and we were wanting to accomplish back in the COVID times when we were doing the original Max Boost Mondays. And as I get older, you start to realize how precious time really is and how fast, not 1 year, 2 years, 4 years can go by. And in particular, when I have kids, when you have kids like mine, like, a kid is literally a time indicator. Like they're showing you how fast time goes by when you have one, dude. Your kid just grows and it's just a constant barometer of time like going by. And so, I think you start to just get wiser as a parent and you start to see time is going by. And have I accomplished all the things we want to accomplish? No. Is that reasonable to say that we haven't? That's fine. That's normal. But at the same time, I think we can do better. And part of doing better is committing to certain things and really nothing's easy. So it's like we just got to sit up, write it down, declare it as a team, and then just get it done. So what you're about to see is actually a process that when people ask me, because even though I'm saying I don't get a lot, yeah, I don't feel like we got enough done. we People have no idea. Ask me how the hell do you get all of that done with all the racing, with all the autocannon, with all the Honda, and don't forget I own other companies that have nothing to do with anything you know about me. Um, and so uh, it's it's like, oh, I'm not saying I speak about how to get things done, and you may yourself have a goal of your own. So as you hear me work with you guys about what it is that we're trying to achieve with Max Boost, you can translate that into your own goal and what you can do with your own friends, family, or people on your team, right? So one of the big things I'm going to accomplish today with you guys, and I think it's an honor to do so, is to go, let's set goals together. I'm going to declare the things that I've wanted to achieve. I'm going to say it out loud. It's going to be recorded in YouTube. We're going to have this on May 26th, Memorial Day, and we're going to check in between now, but definitely by next Memorial Day. So now I've got this like goalpost, right? And Memorial's Day is hard to forget. So, what are we going to accomplish this entire year? So, translation to you, you could do the same thing. Goals left in your head, not told to anyone, have less of a chance at being achieved. You have a goal and you speak it to a Michael Bush, a Chad, or a DJ, all of a sudden is it immediately just talking the words, I swear, is 50% more likely to happen just saying it to someone else, and in particular guys like that on our team. Like, that's why our team is so strong. And so for me, I'm doing that with you guys. um and I'm a human being. I have limits. And I'm just wanting to get better at things. And really, at the end of the day, I don't have a lot of time. I want to accomplish everything we can accomplish with Max Boost. Let's go. And you're looking at a dude that's going, shoot, man, but everything's going great at AutoCannon and clothing and all this stuff. I don't need to do any Max Boost right now because the money's coming from over there and it's sustaining our business. And no, I am not rich. Um, it's just you go, that's comfortable. It's not actually, it's hard. But you know what I mean? It's more comfortable. It's more we're learning that process and it's growing. Reason and logic would be stay there. Don't do anything else. Forget the other parts of stuff, your dreams. The reason logic is to stay doing apparel. However, like I that's not my dream, is to just do apparel. And part of our goal, like I said, was to create some of the best Honda apparel ever made. And we are 100% achieving it. So our goal is being met. I'm gonna need another goal, right? And as a creative, what really matters to me is what I put into the world. And so just making a business or making money is not gonna fulfill everything, right? And I want to be a great example to my kids. And the more that I know I'm living, knowing I could have done something different or better or more, or I said I would do this and I didn't, that reflects on my kids, whether I say anything or not. It's all through osmosis, man. And I am committed to being the best that I could ever be. And part of being the best parent you could ever be, in my opinion, is literally getting your dreams, having them see it, watch you be, and go for things that make you feel fulfilled and happy. That's how they're going to do it. So I'm here with you doing that. And and hopefully this conversation, if you're not new to me, this is not weird. If you're new to me, you're like, dang, I think it's a little open. I am. I'm very like I philosophy, uh, personal growth kind of stuff. This isn't just about a brand, a comic, a t-shirt. There's like this is our this is not a livelihood. This is our life. Like we put passion and life into everything we do at AutoCannon. We work only with people that way, that live that life where the things they do matter to them. It's not just commodity. Like I have no idea if we'll make very much money doing this. For example, this is expensive, by the way, and we hook up the VIPs at like 50% off. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We try, we hope. But at the end of the day, it's what we're committed to doing is making the best stuff ever. And that's first, you know, and I don't want to say business is second, but let's just say we know why we're here. So I'm going to be talking in that way. And so anyway, so what are we gonna do next with Max? Thank you for everyone that's hanging out. I know it's over an hour, so but I'll try to but this part's kind of really important. So everybody who stayed, well, you're the most hardcore. So um and most of you stayed anyway. So let's go into um let's go into what are we wanting to accomplish with Max Boost? And I'll try to give it like a summary really quick so we can have a track. So one of the things I we wanted to do back in COVID was do toys. We're closer than we've ever been. We were close a couple years ago, but this year for sure, I want to make toys. I don't care how. Like we just gonna get it done. Whether it's with a like a toy company or if we do it ourselves on a Kickstarter, which I'm leaning towards we just do it ourselves and just kind of trust the process and go for it and just get it done and not have to depend on anyone else. So that's like definitely one of the things. And this was part of the survey. So I'm going through the survey results. Let's talk about it. So that's actually probably where I should have started. So survey results. What did you guys want to see? Right. So, let me backtrack. Some of you on the live stream may not know we did a survey to our Max Boost email list, It's thousands and thousands and thousands of people on there, by the way. Thank you to everyone that's there. So we did a survey. I'm going to talk about the results today. So let's say, for example, one of the questions that I asked was Max Boost collectible toys, characters, cars, vinyl, resin, blind boxes, stuff like that. Heavy on the absolute, like, we had a scale of 1 to 7. It's like probably, it's up there. It's one of the highest ones, but let's just say the rating somewhere around close to 6. And then Max Boost diecast scars specifically, and the reason why I asked that specifically because diecast is hard, hard, but unfortunately, you guys really want that. Oh crap, that's hard. Like on the manufacturing side of it, it's hard and expensive to do diecast. That's usually takes like a really big company to produce those things, and so that's high. That's let's say over 6. Probably the closest thing, one of the closest thing to a 7. Um, Finished the Max Boost Midori Civic. So we are making. So as you know, Max Boost drives a Midori Civic hatchback, and I just looked over and I saw collectible Labubu. Thanks, dude. Got distracted. So obviously, Max drives a EK hatchback Midori, and our goal is to take that car and turn it into make it a real life car, and build a real life Midori. And so that was one of the questions. Oddly enough, not the most popular thing, so I guess we don't have to build it. Not definitely the least, but out of a 1 out of 7 of what you guys wanted, that's about a 5. Still up there, but not definitely in the top. Here's a big one. Write a script to launch a full-length film of Max Boost. That's pretty much like a solid 6. You guys want me to write a script. And so um, low key, we are 100%, and I have been working on a script for over a year. Just letting you know. And there's some good news and some interesting news about that. I'm going to talk to you about in a little bit after I go through the survey. So I was happy to see that. I had no idea you guys would want me to do that. And except through the survey, it absolutely shows that you guys want me to work on a film for Max Boost. Then I also asked a different question was what about scripts to launch season of episodes uh, of Max Boost? I want to ask this question. Maybe I'll ask it now, but I might lose the chat. But the question is going to be episode or movie? Why? Right? So this one scored super high too. So which one would I do if I had to pick one? Curious to the question, would you rather see, I guess, like a good comparison, initial D movie or initial D episodes? Maybe I shouldn't have said that because there's advantages to both, but maybe it's a good example. But what would you guys like to see and why? Would it be movies or seasons? Max Boost Apparel, that's actually up there as well. Um, well, to be honest, nothing was 0, but there is some discrepancies, and I could tell through the survey data that some of it's kind of like, yeah, and then someone's like, oh hell yeah, that's kind of it. But everything's pretty much yeah, for sure. Apparel is pretty good. So apparel, I'd want to do some. Can you believe we went this long and we have the last Max Boost shirt I made was only for Long Beach Grand Prix and for Honda Meet. We printed some of those just for those events. So if any of you got any of those, they're the only ones that have existed in over, I think, 20 something years. Um, and what was crazy was a few weeks ago, you may have seen some of the posts on AutoCannon. We were at a Falcon. I was at a Falcon photo shoot, a media shoot. The Project Camel car is being used um, on their media for Falcon, and we did a 3-day event at Chuckwalla Valley Raceway just for 5 cars. We were one of the cars. Um, Chris from Falcon Tire, he surprised me when I came out that day. He was wearing one of the original Max Boost shirts from 2002. He had one, and I think I've got the It might be worth checking to see if I have that photo. But it was cool, man. Like to see that, that just blew my mind. Um, let me see. I am looking to see what is it? What's the date? It is um May, right? May 26th. I don't know. I wanna see this, but I wanna show it to you guys, I mean. I think I can find it pretty quick if you just give me a second. But yeah, he was wearing one of our shirts from 2002. Does anyone have a Max Blue shirt from that era? That's basically not my crew. Um, but here it is. Check it out. Crazy. I've never seen that. I have not. I don't even have my own shirt. We should reprint it. What do you guys think? That's so crazy. It made my day, dude. 2002. What year is it? 23 years ago, bro. Like I've been at this for this long. And everyone's like, yes, do a reprint. But anyways, it was great. Chris, if you're on the line or anyone from Falcon, I want to say thank you. And I told him, man, I said, you have no idea what that means to me. Seeing that. That just really, you know, um, it just meant a lot. Um, let's see. Going back to the service. So you guys want to see some merch? I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. And yes, we could do some of the merch as officially licensed Honda product. Honda's been very supportive in Max Boost. Renee was there when she was there. Her husband Tommy, a big fan of Max Boost before he ever met me. And it was kind of crazy that me, Renee, connected. I had no idea Tommy was her husband, and so her husband was a full-on Max Boost fan, and Tommy was anyways, I've seen Tommy online and all that kind of stuff, so we're all connected, and anyways, long story short was we ended up becoming family now. We're all family. Uh, quite literally. Like, spent Thanksgiving together, that kind of thing. Like, so, and, like I said, so let's see, what was I doing? Survey. Let's go back to the survey. And Um, okay, here's another one. I had a tough question here. If you had to choose one, would you want to see more Max Boost comics or Max Boost animation? This one kind of shocked me. What do you think what I picked? Obviously, you guys are in here, but you guys voted. But what do you think? Not I picked. What do you guys think was the most popular? And I'll wait a second. See, whether comics or animation, right? Do you want me to do like if I was just say I would say I'm gonna spend an entire year working on Max Boost alone. Should I do more comics or should I do some animations? Dang, you guys are the chat's blown up, man. I really appreciate you guys and having and the interaction that you're having. But we this is important stuff, and I love that you guys are here for it. We're gonna create some goals, just like me and Chad and BJ and Mike and Ernie and all. We all set up goals and we get them done. Uh, oh, another cool thing that accomplished in the last 4 years since since COVID. Sorry, I'm gonna cut into this really quick because I don't want to forget it, but because I am. Ernie was a photographer. He kind of sucked too when he first started. Just kidding. But anyways, when you're on our crew, we need to know what you're like. What are you passionate about, and what is your dream? What is your goal? One of Ernie's dreams and goals is to be a photographer for motorsports, like a professional one. So he started off just shooting, you know, Instagram pics for not even the pretty models, the ugly models at the shows. You know what I'm talking about? Um, he couldn't even shoot the pretty ones. They give him no time, right? No time, none. I remember that. They'd be like pushing his lens like out of the way, like you're not qualified yet. You're not that good. Um, I mean, I if I was a model, I'd push his camera away too if it was one of the ones that went, you know, strict. You have to you wind it in order to shoot it, But that's how we started, right? And when we met him, he's like, "I want to be a pro photographer," and we're like, "Yeah, right, bro. Kick rocks." Yeah, he's on there. You better be on this live stream. Yeah, he's on. He is on the live stream. Okay, I see him in chat. He's flying Lumpia, by the way. Um, so then, I had to teach him everything that he knows. I'm sorry. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Damn, damn. Let me try again. I had to teach him everything that he. So sorry. I know Michael Bush watching right now has got to be dying if he's watching this right now. I taught him everything that he knows. Sorry, dude. All right. I don't even know how to shoot photos, bro. But anyways, now Ernie, we want to say, congrats on everything. Not only has he gone from just shooting the ugly models with his point and shoot camera to upgrading to something that actually has a lens. But no, he has started to shoot, and he ended up. Well, we got him into his first events. I believe it was GTA, and then it kind of steamrolled from there. He kept going, and then now he shot actual media at Long Beach Grand Prix. I believe were you at Formula Drift? I don't know. He's shooting like all over the place, and for other companies, brands or media. And he's rocking and rolling, man. And his photos don't suck anymore. It's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm just giving him a hard time, but I love him. And so, he just said it right now. His next dream is to get better in HPDE. So it went from being scared to ride in a car to now he's going to be fast in a car. Watch, you'll see. He's on our team, so it's going to happen. It's just how our team works, right? And so, he's saying he did Formula Drift Seattle and he shot NASCAR as well recently. So he's come a long way in the last 3 or 4 years. So this is our update. So sorry, I had to say that. Congrats, Ernie. And his is his Instagram is Ernie. You type it because I'm gonna spell it wrong. Ernie Ventanilla on Instagram. Go check him out. Write it out in the chat, Ernie, so people can look at your stuff. And then when you look at his stuff, right? When you check out his page, um, scroll all the way down like 8 years. His first photos. Don't look at his new ones. Just kidding, man. And then all right, moving on. Max Boost. Sorry. Which social media platforms do you guys use? Yeah. Looking at here, I was pretty surprised with some things. I'm keeping some of this information close to my chest. I am because I know the enemy is watching. However, um, what's your guys' opinion on TikTok? I'm seeing something here. There's a couple of very big surprises to me on this social media results, by the way. And I might do that. We might go in a different direction that most people would not expect because of the survey. Um, let's see. Twitchy Coon says TikTok is a necessary evil for them. Okay. Are you guys using it for your brands, Twitch? Most Yannick from Belgium does not have TikTok. Um, and I'll let you guys start throwing in some comments in there. Just curious. But if you look at it from a marketing perspective, TikTok grows followers like 20 times faster than I don't think I'm exaggerating Instagram. Instagram growth is extremely slow. Extremely slow. So Indy Torres says he is hey, what up, Indy? He's trying. I guess that means you're trying to do TikTok. I know Fast TV, they are media. Go check them out as well. They're waiting to see how it changes next month. Okay, so he's gonna hold out and making sure that everything's okay at TikTok. I get that. I understand it. By the way, if you want to follow Javier, he's on Fast TV at YouTube as well. Um, feel free to drop your IG in the chat, Javier. And Renee says it's not for me, but I think it has its place. What place do you see, Renee? What is it for? Jimmy Slider, the one is next here event in San Diego. Actually, don't know. We just got invited. We were invited to the Doghouse event at Coachella couldn't make it because we were competing at NASA, and I got 2 first places, so I think, we kinda had to do it, or we got 2 first places, and, a 4th and a 5th, time trial. We had a hard time in TTU, um, but, uh, but at least TT6, we were holding it down. Not our strongest weekend in TTU, but we'll come back. We'll get it. Chad will get it. Um, and so, MT says, "I never used or downloaded a ticket," but I think one of the events that we were invited to is the meet. There's a meet event coming up, I think in June. I don't know if we'll make it, but we'll see. Uh, Chat says because it's slow, not because it's slow. We ran out of tires, quite literally. We were on really, really, really old tires. Uh, and he was 0.1 second away from podium anyway. So I don't know what Chat's talking about. Flying Lupia said he surfs TikTok for his model poses. Okay. So, anyways, so that's kind of most of what I'm going to talk about. I loved a lot of your open text responses to, um, like, well, that's not everything, but then so that's everything pretty much product related. Now going kind of into more marketing, like what content would you like to see us in social media? Content is obviously we haven't posted much on Max Boost, and there's a reason. But you guys actually want us to post the comics online. Um, so that's cool. You guys want us to do animation. You guys wanted me to do more Max Boost related art. Like I think you guys want to see artwork. Do you guys see this channel as an artistic representation of things or more of a entertainment? How do you see Max, right? Merchandise for sure. And you guys actually want to see our racing, which I think is interesting. I wasn't 100% sure if you guys wanted to see all of that. So those are the things that I see that I think we're going to focus on uh, more often between now and next year. So you ask for it, we'll try to produce that. And let's see, another one I asked is, would you guys pay to download the Max Boost Omnibus comic in digital format? So as much as I love the book, it's big, heavy, and hard to ship. And younger cats don't have books. They read everything on digital. So we're thinking, why don't we just make it digital? And an overwhelming amount of people said that you guys would buy it in digital format. And I'm surprised. I was like, okay, that makes it easy for more people to access it. And so one of the things I learned with an author that's a partner of mine working with, believe it or not, I have a partnership in a publication has nothing to do with motorsports at all. Um, well, she mentioned that, I mean, like a true artist, like a true author, it kind of blew my mind. Really didn't care about revenue as much as she cared about people reading the work. And I mean, she just wanted everyone to read it and wanted to find the easiest way to make sure that everyone did. And sometimes not giving everything away for free is the best way, believe it or not. I mean, there's data on this. Like people don't value things that are free, and that's kind of important. If someone just hands you a free book, for example, like a book on personal growth, uh, the chances you're going to read it is very slim. You didn't make the decision. It got handed to you. You didn't even research the book. It might be great, but it's just the way it was delivered to you matters. What the amount of commitment you put into it mattered. So just giving it away for free doesn't exactly work either. That's why I think at the end of the day, just give away snippets of it or enough of it online for people to have some entertainment, get some giggles, stuff like that, and it served its purpose. But to just go, hey, download for free and get it all free, I don't know. I don't know if that's the way to go. I'd be up for that. What do you guys think? But at the same time, I'm like, the other argument is, and there is value to things, and there should be a boundary that there's a lot of work, not just from me, from everyone else, that put into the book or into that product, and giving away for free may not be the best way to do it. And so I'm pretty much I hook more people up with stuff than I think anyone I know. You have no idea how many. I'll say it. It's tens of thousands of dollars in gifts and things I get a year. I know. It sounds like I'm exaggerating. I'm not. Um, all the free, you know, clothes we give away, get the stuff with sponsors, our team, and everything. It adds up way faster than we people think. So, you should. How should we distribute the magazine? Should it, and if it's downloadable, what do you guys think? And do you have any opinions on that? Um, if Max Boost was an app, would you download it? Uh, overwhelming, yes. Okay, if it had video games, art, games, and all of that kind of stuff. And do you think Max Boost should be converted into a webtoon? A lot of you did not even know what that was. So a webtoon is actually you can look it up, just Google it, and it is actually a website and an app actually where it's just comics, but they're read in phone format. So you scroll up and you read it like that. So you have to reformat the entire comic to be able to read it in that way. What do you guys think about that? And so I'm gonna pause right now because I know you guys made a lot of comments. So let's see. Let me let's see if I can read that. Sorry for the silence. Indy said, "What are you doing next?" Oh, you want to see the FL5 in person? We'll see if we can get it to the meet that's supposed to come up in June. It's called The Meet, TheMeet in Southern California. It's probably, I think, somewhere around LA. Wangan Dreamer says, I'm not interested in having another short contact format, but it helps to get to Gen Z. If it's not short format, what do you mean long format? What's long format to you? What's short format to you? I do the same. Let's see. TikTok is great for exposure, reaches the masses fast. Okay. Uh, Twitchy wants posters. I did actually buy a print from an artist just to kind of see how he shipped it, how the experience was of buying it, what, how they sold it, what motivated me to buy it. I received it. What did I get in the package? All that. I literally just got that the other day. So there's another example of something that I do. If I'm thinking of an idea, you want to sell prints of your own designs. Well, first thing I usually recommend is be a customer of someone else doing that. Go buy some and then see what it's like. CZ Mate says the book is nice to have on a coffee table. Absolutely. Okay. Um, let's see. Teasers are crucial to building the whole brand. Okay, got it. That's from Level Up. Voiceover comics that might be good for TikTok. Cool. Believe it or not, I'll tell you now. We already have done it. So we've been holding on to these, and we have over 20 pages of the comic book already in animated format for so basically animated comic. I don't know if you understand what that is. So we have 20 pages animated already. So there's a big reveal. I just revealed something. And so we'll definitely have that on social. I wish I could show it to you right now, but I don't have the streaming version of this to be able to do it. Um, we should definitely charge for a digital copy. If it was free, it would way devalue our physical copies that we support on Kickstarter. Okay. However, I don't really agree that it would devalue the physical copies at all. Those are already limited and numbered. There's no way to. Digital copies are almost make it more valuable. More people read it and less people have it. So there's more fans, more people that read Max Boost through digital, but less books to in proportionate to the fans. It makes the books more valuable. That's what I think, Alex, but I appreciate what you're saying. Um, every way possible gets your new people to read. That's dope. Okay. Yeah. So YouTube is long format. Ah, I got you. Even though they have short format. Okay. Got it. All right. So it looks like you guys like that idea that we have some of the comic book in sort of animated, and maybe I should show you that. I can tease you with this a little bit. Let me see if I can find it easily in my phone and show you the real generic way. Let's see. Let me. It's almost like it's a debut of something, but in such a It's such a low quality way. It's the big reveal. Um, let me see. Let me see if my phone will pick it up easily. Come on. Okay. You guys hear it? I'm gonna walk over there so you hear it. It did it. So the dream came true. The building alarm is going off. Some of you have said that it would be hilarious, and it is. Let's see if the Bluetooth makes it all the way over here. Oh, someone else turned it off. That's a first. I don't think anyone's turned it off for me before, but it did go off. We did it. Okay, let me show you guys. Here's the day. Where's my phone? Oh, this is the debut of our. Let me see. Of our Max Boost animation animated comic. Ready? Let me see if I can. It's got. It's got. What do you call it? Whoa. What's it doing? Come on. Uh-oh. Is it disappearing? All right. Let me turn off this light real quick so you guys can see it a little better. I know. I know. Welcome to Ghetto Productions, dude. Giving me a hard time. Oh, I'll just turn that. Let's see if we can see it. Whoa. What is going on? I love how informal this is. But I think this is how partly why you're here, because this is the real deal here. I don't you hear that. So there'll be a voiceover. And maybe I'll read it, it'll be my voice. Maybe it'll be someone else, but it'll be something like, you know. And I know there's a reflection in the phone, sorry. Let me see if I go closer. It even has large diameter brake rotors. See? What does all that stuff do? I have no clue, but I know I want it. Yeah. So there you go. So that's something new to bring it kind of like a bridge the gap between comic books and animation. And that's, obviously not the most ultimate thing we want to get done, but it's something. And hopefully you guys appreciate that like that. But we'll put it out there. It feels like it's a TikTok product in a way, but it's a way for people to read a comic without feeling like they're stuck on a static image. So um, that that's a start to a full animation. Oh, what's up, Fred? Fred Reed in the house. Dwayne Avery, what's up? Let's go, money. Dwayne's like, I'm gonna back something. Let's get some animation done. Um, you need to voice Papa Wheelie at a minimum. Oh no, so it's supposed to have voice acting in it. Just letting you know. And I do have voice actor voices and background, and it's not in that particular version of it, but we already did it. We already recorded some voice acting and stuff. So Gregory says he loves it. Thank you. Hey, what up, Gregory? Dang, been a long time, huh? Let's see. All right, that's exactly what we need. Fire. CZ made that is fire. CZ made should share that stuff, man. He's really good at sharing video content. Especially that '90s content hits hard on his Instagram. CZ made, feel free to drop your Instagram on our chat as well. You guys definitely need to follow him. He finds some old school stuff, dude, and he posts it on. And I know a lot of people love Max Boost, love the '90s stuff, so go check him out. But yeah, CZ Mate, go ahead and drop your IG. I think it is CZ Mate on IG. Um, CZ underscore Mate. Go check out CZ Mate. And let's see. So there's that as well. What else what were we talking about? We are, let me see timing here, guys. Okay, so we're about an hour or almost 2 hours in. So what do you guys want me to do? We should probably, well, what's 1 hour, 38 minutes on this video, 20 minutes of me dorking around with the microphone earlier. We're almost 2 hours in. How much time you guys got left? And then we'll see if we could try to lock down some goals, right? We can also do another live stream later where we talk a little bit more deeper because you guys have left messages also on, I could pick out some of the comments that people have left. And thank you to everyone who's left comments on the survey. You can tell people really care and love Max Boost. It's super dope. I read all of them and it helps hype me up. And part of the reason why I'm here right now going, let's get this done, man. All right. I don't have any way of putting anything on the screen, but which one of those things, the product wise, right? So my thinking is you guys want an animation of some form, right? You guys want the comics online. We can do that. I should probably write this out. Let me type this out. So this is part of the thing is you got to write it. So here's our goals. One, you guys want me to do a script. Cool. Two, you guys want me to do an animation. Who knows? Um, I know nothing about animation, believe it or not, right? So I've never animated anything really. And it was really a guy named Chris Newhan back in the day that animated a 3D animation of Max Boost in the past. What's really crazy though is Chris and I have crossed paths again recently, and he actually was there at SEMA. And we are talking right now, and I just got an email from him literally a couple of days ago, and he went from doing the little at Max Boost Animation to becoming animator, producer, and whatnot at Nickelodeon, and doing work for I believe Universal and all these other companies. So he went big time. Um, and he works on crazy projects. I don't want to misspeak right now, but um, I believe he was on SpongeBob. I just like stuff like that. And so he is. He may be on this live stream. I have no idea if you are. To let me know. But Chris is very interested in connecting and let's just say making something happen for Max at a bigger level than you know at the biggest level. So um, animation, merchandise, right? So should we set a goal on merchandise? You guys want to see have some shirts, hats, stuff like that for Max? Toys, toys a big one. That's a lot of work, but I mean, I said it back in the first Max Boost Mondays. We're working on that. Michael Bush helped sponsor the samples, the toy samples that we have of the Max Boost toys. Um, and they exist, and we could pull the trigger. Uh, my hesitation is it's expensive to do toys, so we're gonna need a lot of backers. And you guys know how this works. Man, it's one of those things. Like I think our biggest Kickstarter was 60,000 with the books. I believe in order to just do the toys in a way that doesn't bankrupt me, we would have to do like 75,000 minimum, right? But I think toys, if we do like can you imagine EK and S2000 or EG or whatnot from the Max Boost universe designed by us in our way? Will that sell? Will we get enough people on Kickstarter to back it? Um, I think so, right? I mean, that's what we got to do. So if you guys are committed to it, I can commit to it, and then we'd have the toy cars and the characters. And it's been on hold. And I don't want to be on hold anymore. I want to get this done. I want to get done with you guys. I want feedback. And so, which also leads to another thing. I would love to focus. I AutoCannon's kind of working. I got a lot of parts of the system working. Not everything's perfect, but a lot of, let's just say, in a nutshell, AutoCannon's kind of got its going. It's going right? And we developed the system, the business is working. I can kind of put that off to the side and have someone else other people run that and make that happen and continue to make that happen. So part of why I'm here is a big decision of going, am I splitting off and really putting my time into Max Boost now? And I believe the answer is yes. I'm not dropping AutoCAD at all. I want that to accelerate, but I just have to make different decisions, if you understand what I'm saying. The tough part with going into Max Boost is we don't have any income from Max Boost really, right? Um, and I mean, we sell like books. We're not really pushing online, uh, and it's hard to sell and make any money on the book because the book's expensive and shipping it. Believe it or not, even though we only charge, I think we charge like $8, and that's like when we started that, 9 bucks. I think we that was like I was like, oh my god, that's so much. Like I hated charging that, but if you only knew what it cost us to ship the book, I think every time we ship a book, it's $25, and that's shipping, handling, all the people that have to touch it, the box, like all this stuff. Imagine that, right? So I'm already losing like $14 per book, and then we only charge 25 for the book. I mean, you're making dollars, like a few bucks every time you make a sale. It's hard, and you can't run an ad because the ads you're going to run out of money. You know, so anyways, I'm just giving you a little bit of education in the background. The only way we ever made anything was really through Kickstarter, where everybody gang run orders, be able to ship them together. That changed the price. That made it all more efficient, right? We made it together, shipped it all together. So, so just giving you a little bit of insight. And the reason why I'm saying that is because as Max Boost, we want to start generating something that would, let's just say, help out on the financial side of things and studio and stuff like that. And so we tried something, and it was Patreon. And you know why I'm pausing there? Because I've 100% failed on that. You guys have not failed me. I've failed on that. Where Patreon, if you don't know what it is, it's a monthly subscription to help support someone like an artist, and you could put in $10, $5, $100, $75 a month to help that artist essentially fund them to help them pursue goals on um, art projects that they want to do, so they don't have to feel they can actually work on those art projects and not have to have a full-time job even. There are definitely some people that have become that successful, have enough fans that go, hey, I'll subscribe $10, $20 a month, something like that. You add enough of those together, and you got 4, 5, $7,000 coming through every month, and you just get to be an artist. There's a part of me that wants to develop something like that for Max, but I completely failed on Patreon. So it's like I'm hesitant, I'm gun shy, and there are people that are still, and you know who you are, they're still subscribing to that Patreon, and I keep trying to cancel the thing. It's harder. I just can't hit a button where it cancels everything. You have to like completely cancel the whole entire subscription, and I don't want to lose you guys that are inside the system. So, and every month we have to hit the button to go, don't charge anybody this month. And so sometimes we miss it. But thank you guys. I know you guys are. I probably don't even care at this point, but we have. I have something like that we need to create. And so I said, by the way, I just want to say it's very hard to do subscriptions when there's only like, especially for product, which that was, you're gonna get like a postcard and or a poster or this or that. It's bonkers. It's just a lot of work. It's harder to do it when there's only like 25 to 50 subscribers than it is if there's 500. I know it's hard to maybe understand that, but with 500, there's enough money to do great products and also have a delivery system and a production system in place. When you're an artist and there's only 20 people that are subscribed, you're doing all the work, and that's where it fell apart. I we can't really do it. So what's a fair way to do it? And so part of that was I thinking we should integrate Max Boost into the Honda box. And the Honda box is different because I believe, you know, if if we do the Honda box has Honda, SGR Honda Dennis Kako product in it already, and a lot of people will be buying this already. Our waiting list is literally huge for this. And so we could just kind of piggyback Max Boost into it. Is kind of what I was thinking. And when we have enough volume of people, we can actually turn it into something where we can actually deliver, every month on time. So, let me see. I will. So that's my fear. Is I move my time is extremely valuable. I have very little of it to just kind of give away because of all the projects that we're doing. So that's the consideration. One second, I'm going to turn this light around, and I think So so let me look at what we've got here on the messages. Um, Twitch says, "Let's do a Kickstarter again. Let's go." It'd be pretty cool to have toys at my counter instead of just Hot Wheels. That'd be dope. Um, let's see. EG Indy says yes. Let's go. Um, Level up marketing is key. Uh, Boost following the car in the car show circuits. Cool. We need the toys quick. Saw the cartoon diecast the other day, biting your style for real. Yeah, no, right. I mean, I was one of the first here in the United States to be doing this style. Obviously, I don't. Yeah, and we got to do it, right? Uh, let's see. Toys are awesome, but getting an animated series going first might get exposure to a new audience, then have the toys come out after. Okay, that's a good point. It's tough to be on Patreon if you're not doing SFW art and you're not already famous. That's cool. Yeah, but luckily with Max, we've had 1 million readers per month, so you guys are out there. We just kind of have to, you know, kind of get all the troops together, right? And so, and anyways, the bottom line at the way I have to look at it, and I look at myself and I go, it's still my dream. Like one way or another, got to do it. And so, where do you start? But with you guys, that's why I'm here. And so, with what I think should be first, after all those things we are talking about, I'm looking at a list right here. Like one of the first thing I think I am going to do is probably the first thing is to write a script. And what I thought about was doing a Kickstarter for the script. So the script ends up becoming like something that ends up like a book, but maybe if it's even coil bound. I don't know. So it looks like a actual movie script, and that script will do. And I think I may have mentioned this before. I'm still on it, but the script will do, and we'll actually pitch it. We'll actually pitch the script to an actual, production companies, distributors and stuff like that. And if we could film that experience so you guys can watch us do it. And we're not going to stop until we get a partner and put that story on social as well while we're talking about the script. Um, and the Kickstarter would be like, I think at the end of the day, maybe there's some merch on there that you can get, maybe like a medallion or something you put on your desk as one of the original um, people to help support the funding of the script. Let's just say, I'll give you an example. Let's say $100,000 comes through on that script for whatever reason, and a lot of that we can keep as profit. Then that profit helps me go, okay, I can spend a month, 2 months just doing that, and I'm safe, and my kids are not going to be homeless. like like we're going to be all right. And I can go, okay, we got enough money. I can focus down. I can finally write the dream, the story, because I believe, and that's what I'm working on. Max Boost, my goal is to create the speed racer of this generation, and I want to do it. I want to do it now. I want to do it this year. Like we got to get it done. And obviously, you guys believe in it. That's why you're here on a Monday, hanging out 2 hours later, in the live stream. So I think maybe doing a script on the Kickstarter, and then also if you're a backer, maybe a certain level, your name ends up in the film, like at as credits, right? Just like a lot of other Kickstarters do. Um, and also, I have absolutely been working on a script and treatment and all that stuff. I've been doing it for over a year, and the first scenes have already been done over a year ago. And I think if you back the project, you'll be able to read the first scenes that we've actually already written. And it'll be something like you back the project and then you get an email from us, and we send you that so you can read the first parts of the script. And I think you guys would be pretty entertained. Um, I know it sounds weird to say this or kind of maybe a little cocky. I don't want it. I don't mean it to be, but it's like, I think it's really good. It's cool, man, and I like what I love about having to do a script is we have to really think about everything. We have to figure it all out. We have to figure out how does the world work? What's Todd's motivations? What's Papa Wheelie's motivations? Which characters do we keep? Which characters do we add? Which characters do we eliminate? Um, what does SA and FA have to do with anything? How does the world work? What's the big overarching plot? Like what's going on in the movie? Why would people watch it and have something that is entertaining and accurate to the tuner scene with a mix of max boost, but also something that regular people that don't care about cars can watch and love, right? Like And this will help fulfill the purpose of Max Boost. And I don't know if many of you know why I ever started Max Boost in the first place. I mean, no one's done a tuner comic in the United States. Why did I do it? And it wasn't because I love just love comics. It was because I loved motorsports culture. And one reason why I created Max Boost is because art and comics transcends beyond the limitations of our lifestyle. Anybody can read a comic. Entertainment and comedy goes way beyond our borders. And if Max Boost can create another generation or help get to kids even, create another generation of fans of motorsports and people that love cars in the way that we do, then our industry will grow. And at the time it did it, the industry wasn't that big yet. Fast and the Furious 1 didn't even come out yet. Think about that, right? So it was my again, what I felt was my contribution to the industry was to be able to do something like that. And so now with the animation, the comic accomplished its task because why? Now 20 to 30 years later, now I know I made an impact because people come up to me when I do autograph signings and stuff and say, I used to read comics, the Max Boost comics in Import Tuner when I was like 11 or 12 years old in the stands. And that was how I related to tuning. Import tuning, I couldn't drive. I didn't have a car, but I read Max Boost. And had me become a tuner and love cars in my adult life. And that's when I knew that I made the impact that I was wanting to do. So now Max Boost and the purpose of Max Boost today is the same thing with a twist. Like, without getting political, it's not political. This is, I think, just fact. I know it sounds crazy, but there's going to be a point where we can no longer drive cars. I know it sounds nuts, but I'm very forward thinking, and I see it. I'm mad at it. I'm just saying, like, there's a point, there's a place that's going to happen, and I understand that reasoning. But it might be this might be blowing your mind right now that I'm saying that. But what I believe that Max Boost can do, and Auto can even, is to continue to push our love and our passion for motorsports and our lifestyle and cars, and delay that inevitable thing from happening as long as we possibly can. And if more generations we can affect that love cars and independently driving them for as long as possible, it'll push that off as, and that's my contribution, right? I love our culture and our motorsports lifestyle. I've dedicated my life to it, and I believe Max Cruise can do that as a film, as TV, as episodes in its own way. So that's a little deep, right? But it's how I roll. So there's purpose behind Max Boost. It's not just hey, let's do funny comic cartoon. And also the tone of the film isn't just slapstick, funny, goofy. There's going to be what I would consider pretty dramatic and deep moments that I think may the sophistication of the script may shock you because I know for Max Boost in the comic book when we did that, it was pretty much whatever we thought was funny for the month. A script and the level I want to take it now is just beyond like I want one of the most amazing movies ever made. And that's what we're going for, right? And so let me take a pause and look at what you guys are thinking. Uh, oh man. Team Scoundrels. Chase was like, dibs on stunt driving for the film for sure, dude. Um, but it'll be animated, bro. I don't know how that would work. Let's see. Let's see, where am I at? Let's get the script going. CZ mate, I love it. Hey, Vitfam. Merch available right now, like shirts or hats? None right now, nothing. Macross Robotech. That'd be dope. Level Up Auto Collective. I'm in for anything I can help with, of course, man. I appreciate you guys. We'll be out. We'll be putting it out there. Um, let's see. It's for our minds that have grown with time. Interesting. The Not for the renegade racer that used to read Max Boost as a kid and will not let go of his automobile. Fast TV says I'm down. Uh, Mr. Mitch said, "Bro, you're still alive? You're still alive? Yes, I'm still alive. Thank you for coming back." If you don't know, I mean, I mean, we've done hours and hours of this stuff before. So we're almost at the 2 hour mark. Maybe we should end it soon. Was there anything you guys wanted to discuss after? I did not set up goals just yet, but maybe we do. But I feel like naturally, if we do a script, we end up getting that much closer to animation. Does that make sense? Because you can't do an animation without a script. So, script first helps lay out the entire Max Boost universe. If we could do something where that can be, get a Kickstarter, get some funding into it, that'll be able to help allocate some time to be able to really focus on just scripting. And then that sounds like the lowest hanging fruit right now. The next hanging fruit is merch. We do have that Honda shirt that was approved actually by Renee. That is a Max Boost shirt that we can sell that. But I usually like to do a collection, so there's like more things for you guys to get. That's possible. But the toys are right there too, painstakingly. I'm just kind of afraid of how much it would take to make those happen. So we have our whole entire list of people from Kickstarter. They're there. And they have Kickstarted and supported us before. So what what makes you think they wouldn't support again, right? Like you guys, I'm sure you guys would support Max Boost collectibles, toys, and so there's that. Um, and then, without going too far into it, the Honda box and how this could be related is the Honda box is a subscription box from with full of Honda collectibles inside of it that you get on a monthly basis, and you could do different levels of the box. So less expensive than more expensive, obviously more stuff, more cool stuff or whatever. And it's only stuff you can get from the box. It's not like we just you stuff stuff in there that you can get anywhere else. That's stuff designed by us. So it'd be a really cool project. I don't know if it's monthly or bi-monthly. Um, who knows? Maybe that's another discussion we could have. But I was thinking maybe with the Honda box, there's like a level where it's not a box per se, but it's for people that want to support or that want that like art, something that's easy to ship is like prints. So maybe there's a version of it like the Honda, not box, but it's not gonna be called this, but like a Honda envelope that's like a print. And maybe it'd be really cool. Oh, this would be cool. I don't know. It seems really difficult to do, but so this would be cool. And it's where it's connected to what I was just saying. Is on Patreon, there are definitely artists there that like for example, they'll do art on Patreon. They'll do video of that art. The patrons get access to those videos or support them doing videos. And some of them just do 2 to 3 pieces of art a month, like posters, and then the patrons buy those posters also on top of supporting the Patreon. Those posters can go live on Instagram and sell more units. Uh, and then yeah, and they make a ton. There's a one of these artists, Asian artists that does I think they make like 22,000 a month and they do 2 designs a month. Just artwork and then also doing, like I said, prints and posters. And so um that'd be cool. If I was making that kind of money just doing some drawings, I'd be drawing with you guys live like every week. And let's just keep building the Max Boost universe, right? That'd be super cool. And I know you guys actually supported us on Patreon. We got to the point that was almost like $3,000 per month, and they couldn't handle it. Couldn't figure out how to make it all happen, and that wasn't even enough. Like it was very challenging because I want to do a lot for whatever people give me, and like a lot of times it's like not super profitable. Um, let's see. Twitchy says there should be more synergy between AutoCAD and Max Boost. Interesting concept idea. Um, I don't know about that. And then Mr. Mitchip just wrote a script. I guess we're done. And then let's see if a people face high school kid can do a merch drop every month. You can do a special t-shirt design drop once a year. We just need to see Max Boost shirts and shots from all the big car events. Cool, man. Yeah, 22,000 a month. Crazy. That's awesome, right? But good for them. So, maybe it's a special Honda Box subscription, that we could do there, and I think, like I said, with success, the Honda Box can help, like, keep volume going and make that viable, you know? Um, oh, by the way, the people who sponsored us on Patreon, I don't think a lot of you got those packages because they were supposed to be shipped out of the office, and not this office. We have a front office, and anyways, I'm sorry, but I don't think a lot of you got those because they were in the office. I'm not. It's not my office. It's where like a storage unit. I saw a lot of stuff. Our stuff was in the storage unit still. That was some of that stuff was supposed to be shipped. So I don't know who got stuff and who didn't. And now I think that makes sense because I think Tim Lee has been like, "Where's my stuff?" And I'm like, "Dude, I thought we shipped that stuff a while back." I don't know. Now I have no clue because this was years ago. But I just saw that, which is just exacerbating the issue with the whole Patreon thing. But yeah. So all right. So goal. What do you guys think? Um, is that entertaining to you guys? You guys want to see me write a script? It's almost like writing a book. So we could have a different, maybe we'll have a different live stream and we'll talk about like some of the stuff we talked about here. I know it's already 2 hours. So, and just come up with ideas. So maybe that's stuff that, ideas to crunch. If there's anything that you guys have or want to talk about before I get out of here on this live stream, let me know. Throw it in the chat right now. I know there's a delay when you guys type and I receive it. So I'll just start saying, hey, thank you so much for being here. We're back though. I'm very committed to this. It's one of those things like I said, and again, take this, translate this for yourself. You don't get more time. So it's if my goal has always been over 30 years to make Max Boost a speed racer of this generation, then I got to get it going. And not saying we didn't do any work, not saying we weren't. There's nothing happening in the background. There's a huge amount of things happening. I couldn't even cover it. I literally had to cut this whole entire thing short, and it still took 2 hours. Um, and we'll talk about it later. Maybe I'll do another one of these. Let me, yeah, let me know. What am I thinking about? So yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this. But I just want to go back to some of the things that we said in the original Max Boost Mondays. You guys are invited. We're going to be in a theater one day, sitting together, eating popcorn out of what is it? The popcorn holders that look like oil pans. And what is it? Other like we came up with all these crazy ideas. We're gonna be sitting there watching our film, watching Max Boost on film live together, celebrating what took years and years to make happen. Is going to happen. We're going to make this happen one way or another. And like I said, I'll leave. I've got a lot of stuff I still want to talk about. Thank you for listening. And now that I realize you guys really do want, I didn't know if no one would show up or if quite a bit of you would show up. A lot of people showed up. Thank you and stuck through 2+ hours of this. So, okay, and the next one, I'm gonna try to see what it'll take for me to be able to like put comments on the screen and do images and videos. Now that I know you guys are pretty committed, I feel like you guys will come back for the next part of this. We're not done. Let's set some dates and times, but I'll put the intention out there that I want that whole entire list done. Let's see, can we do that this within between now and next Memorial Day for sure? Script, absolutely. Animation, yes. Merchandise for sure. Toys for sure. Honda Bucks, most likely. So there's like 5 things right there, guys. And when I say Honda Bucks, I mean like some kind of subscription thing with Max Boost to help kind of keep merch going all the time for Max. So there's 5 things right there. That's a lot, right? And can we get that going before next year? For sure. Do I think I could do it all by the end of this year? Yep. What do you guys think? You know, let me know. Love FB. Yeah, accountability in the FB group. Yeah, maybe we can do more of that. Um, I don't mind you guys asking, hey, how you guys are doing? How's everything going? Check in. Maybe it's Twitch. If you're up for accountability in the FB group, you tell me what you think, and there's a way that we can maybe reconnect. Maybe you create a post. Maybe I make you a moderator and you can tag everyone and go, hey, let's get an update this week, this month. How are we doing? Maybe there's some images I can show you. Um, yeah, monthly Mondays. Max Booth monthly Mondays. Maybe we could. I could commit to like a Monday a month potentially. It's a lot harder now because I have the kids, and uh, so there's like things I have to consider, right? But and then yeah, Fred, you can throw your Honda build in the group. Throw it in there. Take a look at it. All right. So what you've been seeing is me, a guy interact with a dream, interacting with some of his best in his community, declaring we're gonna go do this, and we're all gonna be in it together. Your opinions matter. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And then we're going to make this all happen. And I am going to publicly declare whatever we end up deciding actually on Instagram publicly and going, we're going to get these things done this year by these dates and all that stuff. And then rock and roll some of the first animations. And I got crazy stuff I did not even talk about because we went 2 hours already. So I don't want to keep going because I can. But I love you guys. Appreciate you guys here being on Max Boost Monday. You guys are the motivation. Thank you for never giving up, and showing up and supporting us. And yeah, let's get it done. Get a Kickstarter going. I'm gonna tease you with some things. Let's see. You guys want to read some of the script? It's dope. I think the script I already have is. I mean, quite enough to read to get a really good glimpse of where I'm going with it. Um, and I've gotten some feedback already that it's actually really good. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like saying that because I feel like I'm building it up too much, but let's see. And then yeah, it's just good to reconnect. I've kind of felt like you know, I work when I work really hard and I end up kind of in my own zone, uh, pretty alone a lot of times. So it's nice to be reconnecting with you guys again. And uh, just want to say thank you. Michael Bish says hello to everyone, apparently. And Yannick, thank you for coming out, man. I appreciate you. And I know it's like super, super late for you, early morning. And thank you guys again. Really appreciate it. We're definitely got to do this again. I want to hear from you guys. I think you guys want an update from me, right? So, what are you doing, Drew? And I think that's it. Now I got to remember, how did I end up Max Boost Monday? How did I end Max Boost Mondays back in the day? What did I do? I did something. I remember I did something. Was it a line? Did I say a line? Like a quote? Um, 4:30 a.m. Level up. Great life. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Oh, I usually read a chapter of the comic. I post it on and we talk about that. Oh, dude, that's really good for social too. If I just pop, you remember, imagine showing a video of the Max Boost comic and then my head pops up and I'm like, when I drew this issue in back in 1998, this is what was happening, and stuff like that. So, oh, I think I know I said it, but anyways, I think I remembered. I think I remembered. I think I remember. I'm gonna try. So, anyways, hey guys, I really appreciate you guys for being here. It's been over 2 hours. I'm so grateful you guys care about Max Boost that much. Not too many people have people like you that would be willing to sit down for 2 hours to listen to all the things that I'm saying. So I don't take it for granted at all. You guys are like family, and we're gonna make something happen. And one day this will be a massive film, or TV series, or both. And you'll have this video online, knowing that this is where we started. Um, Not necessarily from scratch, but pretty much. And but we're gonna this year is definitely gonna be dedicated. We got to do a recap of this video, this actual video next Memorial ish date, for our goal and see how far did we go. There's the 5 things we said we did. Did we do it? And we'll find out. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. This has meant a lot to me to be able to reconnect, and reminds me of why I do what I do, and that matters. So, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. I will see you guys soon. I'll send an email for the next event. Let's talk in the Facebook group again, like we have in the past. Um, and I'll have another Max Boost Monday. This time I'll try to get some video and photo up there, and I'll let you guys know via email. and through the chats and all that kind of stuff when the next one is. So, anyways, appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And thank you for being here. Keep up the boost. Later.